Welcome back. From Doctor Who to Indiana Jones, TV and movie making is booming in the UK. Production spending hit a record $5.3 billion between October 2020 and September 2021. That's almost double the annual spend before the pandemic and 10 times more than in 2013. Now, these figures come from the British Film Institute, and its CEO, Ben Roberts, joins us now. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on the programme, Ben. Well, first of all, where is this boom coming from?
Well, I'm sure you yourself and all of your viewers have spent much of lockdown watching a lot of TV at home. We've had a huge increase in the amount of production activity, the amount of content that we are wanting to watch. So much of that has been driven by what we've seen as sort of a boom in streaming services. And in the UK, we're seen as a very good place to work. We're a global production hub, and the studios, the streamers, they like working here. So. I think you put it down to a lot more content being made, and a lot of it being made in the UK.
So this is all about the streaming wars and the lure of British shores.
Yeah, we don't really see them as wars, by the way. We see streaming services as very additive to the traditional theatrical studio business. But it's definitely meant that a lot more production is being made. The UK's for decades been a place where the studios have come to shoot their movies, right back in 1977 when the first Star Wars film was being made here. We have a long history of working with Hollywood, and we are just seeing a lot more Hollywood production being made.
That must have something to do with cost, because at the end of the day, these big budget films, that they're trying to cut some corners and save some money somewhere to spend on the big stars. So what is it about the UK that is making it so attractive to the production companies and Hollywood houses?
Well, the report that we have published today, called Screen Business, is looking at the impact of the tax incentives which have been operating in the UK for some time. So we're looking at the economic impact and the value of those tax incentives, and we've published those in a report today. But alongside that, we've also got a number of other favourable conditions, I think, on our side in the UK. Locations, fantastic crews, the fact that we share a common language in our crews with the US, I think is no doubt helped. But we've just built up a relationship with Hollywood over a long time, built on ease of working with us, ease of accessing our tax incentives, and of course our wonderful infrastructure, great studio facilities, and brilliantly skilled people.
So there's the heritage, there's the people, those crews, and the creative flair. So it sounds like this boom is pretty fantastic, not just for the industry in general, but for specific jobs. Might there possibly be a knock-on effect, though, for maybe smaller production houses?
Well, we're certainly aware of the challenges that come with this level of significant growth. One of those for us is the fact that if you continue to grow at this size, you need enough people working in the industry, and we're looking very closely at the moment to make sure that we can continue to train people to meet the extraordinary demand of the sector. We're also aware that that level of growth and the pressure that puts on costs and the workforce is having an impact on, and will of course have an impact on, smaller production houses, as you put it, the independent film business that we talk about. But we're very focused on making sure that we have a resilient, indigenous, independent film sector, because it's crucial that that part of our industry is thriving in order to feed this much bigger production space.
So talking about feeding that bigger production space, let's talk about expansion and growth continuing. The UK is not a big place, it's not as big as the United States. Can it meet the demand for all of these blockbuster movies, Hollywood producers coming in and wanting to use the UK and its favourable tax system?
We think so. There's quite a considerable amount of studio space in development at the moment. We've seen Netflix alone doubling their production base here in the UK recently, and the UK is not a big place, but there is more to it than the South East. And for a long time, a lot of studio activity has been based almost exclusively out of the London and the southeast of England. And what we're seeing now is growth in other parts of the UK, in Wales, in Northern Ireland, in Scotland and other parts of England, Yorkshire and the West Midlands as well. So even though we're not large, we are seeing a lot of growth, and we're seeing that growth spilling out beyond London and the southeast.
Well, it sounds very exciting. I'm looking forward to speaking to you again in the future. Ben Roberts, the CEO of the British Film Institute.